Hello there. Excuse me a minute. My tools are trying to fall all over the place. I bought this. It's a Boker at the flea market cheap because obviously someone broke it off. And they did a decent job of dressing in. They rounded my point, which I don't like, but it's rounded so much that I would have to take off a 1/16 of an inch of metal or an eighth of an inch in order to get that back from here, or I'd have to bread knife this and make the razor narrower by 1/16 of an inch. And I live with the muted point. It's not that big of a deal, but when I bought it, of course, in the original scales, which are, if you look at the blade, let me put it in here. It's way too long. You see that I've started here on shortening this set of scales. Now this is a 3-pin Boker. It's got that center pin that the shank rests on, and it had a big huge spacer at the tail. I don't call that a wedge because it's not. It's a spacer. I'm going to make that a wedge, regardless of whether or not it's got this pin, this third pin in the center. I like a wedge. So I've already cut that end down and basically just preliminarily shaped it, and I've marked this in. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut that down, and I'm going to take you along with it and let you see what it is that I'm going to do. And all I'm using is an old regular old hand coping saw. That's all that it is, and I'm just laying it on the scale, on the thing here, on the vise. I'm just holding it with my hand. And you have to be careful. These are some kind of plastic or resin or bakelite, or I don't know for sure, but I expect that they could break very easily. So what I want to do is just be very careful . And I'm just going to cut that off. Like that. I just made 2 cuts. Now I'm going to take a file. I know you can't see all that great here. I'm going to take a nice bastard file. That's what that's called. I'm not cursing. And I'm just going to shape this in. And then what I'll do is, once I get this shaped down to close to the lines, then we'll go further. I'll show you what we do to actually clean it up and make the ends match. One of these bastard files does a number it preliminarily cutting that down to size, and I'm going to kind of do some cleanup passes with the file just to pretty up. And then what I'll do is I'll take it to the end like this. And hold on a minute. I'll give you some tape. In this case, I'll use a little bit of electrical tape. What I'll do is I'll put these two ends together. And just tape them together like this. That way they are mated to one another. Then with the file, first thing I'll do is I'll take most of it down with the file so that they are very close to matching one another. Alright, you're pretty close now. And what I'll do now, let me back this up just a hair so that I have room. This is some 320 grit sandpaper. It's being used to lap stones and stuff like that. Doesn't matter. I just need something that'll cut just a little bit and pretty that edge up. So that it and actually, hold on a minute. Having a heck of a time finding. Okay, here we go, gentlemen. I'm going to use some 220. This also has been used to lap with. But I'll just set it down here. Because I need something. I just realized I need something that's a bit more aggressive. And I'll just by hand. You just see what I'm doing. I'm using the contour of that now, or shaping the contour of it by just rolling it. Now if you look, that's nice and even, and I'm going to take this 220 now. There. Now if you look, there's just a slight bit of an angle on the edge, or a flange on the edge of this. And what I'm going to do, in order to get that and make it right, I'm going to take black magic marker and I'm going to darken the end of this. like that. And what that allows me to do, in theory, this is what I think is going to happen anyway, is I can set this on here and lay this file at that angle, just file away. And what'll happen is as I file, it'll file away that marker, and when that marker's filed away, assuming I keep the proper angle, then I will have my bevel that way. Beautiful. And this is just a like preliminary. You'll clean it up with sandpaper. But I want to get that, and that'll help me. The sandpaper will also help with the bevel, but I really want to get it roughed in with this file. So there's not a whole lot of work that I have to do. And then it's just a matter of polishing it up so that it looks and feels right. Now, if you notice, there's some, the end of that is a more lightly colored cream than the rest of it. That's because the thing has aged. And there's not really I can't get that patina back. But that's not something that is going to break my heart. I would have liked to have kept it, but I knew going in that if I went to shorten these scales, that was going to happen. Let me get this loose now if I can find the end of it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try the least aggressive way to take that patina off the rest of these scales so that they can be uniform. I need to clean the glue residue. From that glue off of here. What I'll do is I'll take me some Blanchinoil lighter fluid, which is basically straight naphtha I'll clean that glue off. See how easily that came off there? Beautiful. Alright. And now, I'm going to take some steel wool and see what that does to this patina. If anything, I'm going to have to use stronger measures to get it to blend. This might not be so no, it's cleaning them up really nicely. But they're not going to match. So, the 220 sandpaper, let's see what that does. Because that's the thing, unfortunately I have lost the patina that these acquired over the many years. So, here's the finished product. Full-size razor here. Little shorty here. Beautiful little Boker shorty. It has a wedge. The end piece, the end that I cut off are still a bit wider than the scales. I probably could have got these more white if I had took a polish to them, but this is a shorty for a reason. It was, let me adjust my camera. This razor was damaged over the years. So the scales are part of its history. I don't want them to look brand new shiny. Same thing with the blade. I cleaned the blade up, but you can see I left some patina there. I did that for a reason. Same reason as the scales. This is a shorty because it was broken over the years. That's part of the history of the blade. I don't want to destroy that. I want that to stay. And so that's why I did that. Now, this white part, it'll turn year by year. It'll take it a while. But it will eventually patina like the rest of this. And this will come back as well over the years. I'm fine with that. It's a beautiful little short, small razor. All that's left on it now is honing it. I'll probably set the bevel and go to like 3K and then hit a cuticle with it. I may or may not record that as well. But I'm happy with the outcome. And it'll work for another 50 or 60 years or however old this razor is. So thanks for joining me. And I hope if you've got a razor that's damaged like this, or you find one and you want to try it, that this tutorial and the tutorials on scale making and wedge making and all that I have here on my channel will help you to take a blade like this and make it usable again. Alright, God bless you. I'll see you later.